Hi guys.
I'm Shauni.
And I'm Mondi, and we've been married for 10 lovely years.
Yes, indeed. And today's topic, we're drifting apart, but I don't know why.
Wow, guys. But please, before we get started, don't forget to hit that notification button and subscribe.
Yes, indeed. We're going to talk about the topic at hand right after this intro. Okay. Your relationship is drifting apart and you don't know why, okay? You get together, you're head over heels with each other, you get married, you get into these long-term relationships, you have kids, and then 10, 15 years later, you're looking at each other and you barely recognize each other. What has happened here is that all along that way, you have stopped communicating your true thoughts and feelings with one another.
Yes.
And when you do that, it creates an emotional disconnect, right? And you have replaced that true communication with routine and complacency.
Yes.
Both of those things are familiar. And with familiarity, it brings a sense of comfort, but not happiness. Right? So you have kids. They have stuff with them. They got soccer games and homework, and you gotta get home and clean. Y'all gotta do chores, run errands. Yes. One person getting off, the other person is cooking. Somebody's putting the kids to bed. You might have a work on top of work from your job. You get what I'm saying? Or your business. And then at the end of it all, you just want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I get it. I totally get it. But when you do this day in and day out, you lose that connection. Yes. You lose sitting down with one another and looking each other in the eyes and being present and talking about your thoughts, talking about your dreams, talking about your feelings. I'm not talking about what the kids had to do and all that. I'm talking about what you guys are feeling, what you guys are going through, how your day was and all that sort of thing, right? This is why people have affairs or raise kids and get a divorce, because they have lost that connection and they don't know how to get it back. Yep. They miss it, but they just don't know how to get it back. Yep. But we'll talk about some things in just a few that'll help you to reconnect and get back on track.
And people, listen, men need a mental and emotional connection.
Yeah. I keep trying to tell people
this. It's important. A lot of guys out there, you pretend like,
they don't.
I'm macho or whatever. Listen, men need a mental and emotional connection. If a guy can express his mental interest to you, and then you can reciprocate, maybe give him some new ideas, or follow up on his ideas and give him some new thoughts, some new ways of looking at it.
Right.
Or if he can open up emotionally to you without feeling like you're gonna, make fun of him or use it against him in the future.
Right.
You're going to be gold to him. He will treasure you if you are able to do that for him.
Yes.
Men, more than anything, need to feel supported. Need to feel encouraged.
Yeah.
Need to feel like you're interested in what they're doing. I always say this. People don't care if you're interesting. They want to know that you're interested in them. And that you're going to support what they're doing.
Right.
And they need to hear it verbally.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Now, if you have a guy and you wish that he open up to you more, catch him doing something, small, important, and then compliment him on that. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
Give him a little attaboy. He's not going to come flooding out all at one time, but he will open up to you over time.
Yeah.
And when you do catch him doing something, say, thank you. Man, I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah.
That's going to go a long way.
Yes.
Eventually, he will open up to you. It'll feel safe for him to open up and talk to you.
Yes.
When you encourage and support, let him know you see what he's doing. See what he's doing.
Yeah, women too, right? But the biggest things that we need is we need to feel loved, we need to feel heard, we need to feel protected, and we need to feel secure in order for us to stay connected, right? Okay, so let's get into some things that will help you to reconnect if you have lost that connection. Okay. If you have disconnect in your relationship, you need to set aside time to sit down, look each other in the eyes, and be present and talk about what you're feeling, what you're doing, your goals. set aside at least 3 days. Every day would be good, but if you're starting out, set aside at least 3 days. You can set the time between 15, 20 minutes or whatever you have time for. Okay, the first day, you talk about the good. What's going on in your life. How you're good, how you're feeling. What business avenues you're going down. What new job opportunities, how you feel about them. The second day, you're going to talk about the things that are not so good, right? The things that you each feel you could work on in the relationship, or, some things that they've been holding, right? And then the third day, you end it back on a positive note, right? That's important, right? Because the reason why I say not 3 days of positivity is because you need one of those days to talk about the good, and the second day when you talk about the bad, the first day acts as a buffer to the bad, right? And then that third day of positivity brings it all back around, and then you can go into the next week on a positive note, right? Now you may want all 3 days to be positive because it's like, I don't want to start no mess, But things have built up in that time. Some resentments, like I said, some things that they've been holding back, right? That you really need to talk to and, come to a resolution on so you can get back to that full place of reconnectivity.
The next one is a big one for me. All right, this is the one I had to learn and really wanted, which is to set a time.
Yes.
Set a time and date for when you want to talk about your issues or your things that are good or bad.
Yes, we did.
I'm serious. This works, guys. Set a time. It's time and place. Set it for like 20 minutes or so, And then that way each person can have their way, of speaking about what it is that's on their mind. The good, or if your day is to talk about the bad, whatever it is. But the main thing is that one person can't do all the talking.
Yes.
Both people have to be able to talk in that situation, because if one person is doing all the talking, the other person is going to get annoyed.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the opposite of what you're trying to accomplish.
Complete opposite. Record what the other person has to say. Now, this might seem a little odd, but I'm going to tell you why this is good, okay? If you record what the other person is saying, because sometimes you miss a lot of the things that a person has to say, or it didn't quite click for you. So if you can go back and listen to what they had to say, and you can say you didn't understand something, you can go back and get clarity, or maybe you heard sadness or upset in their voice, and you maybe didn't hear before, and you can go back and be like, you know what, I ran that back and I listened to it, and I'm like, I really heard the hurt in you, and I'm sorry for that. I really apologize for that. You know what I mean?
I do, and I think actually video recording it is even a step further.
Yes.
Because if you guys can record your sit down, you can you can go back and look at each other's body language. You can see who interrupted who. Yeah. Who got angry. You can see it on video. The camera does not lie.
Don't lie.
So you can go back and say, hey, okay, I missed that.
Yeah. Or another time too. Somebody can tell you, well, you do this or you say this. I don't. But if you video record it, you run it back and look at it together, you be like, You don't. Right. You don't say you.
Right. This one is very important. When you're trying to reconnect with someone, it's important that you validate what they're saying. Okay? Even if it doesn't make sense to you, and it's not registering with you, it makes sense to them. Right. That's the important thing. Right. And when you dismiss their feelings or what they're saying, you're dismissing them. Yeah. And you're saying, like, I don't care. Right. I don't care about what you're saying. Right. And that's not helping the situation. Right. You could try something like, listen, I hear what you're saying. I know, I'm sorry you feel that way. What can I do to make it feel better or make you feel better? Right. Yeah. Instead of going the opposite route, which is like, what are you talking about?
That's so stupid. That don't make no sense.
That don't make sense. That kind of thing. Don't do that.
Right. You're trying to reconnect. You're trying to disconnect further.
Exactly. You got to check your ego, and it's important in those moments. It's going to be hard because you got to check your ego. Yeah. Your ego is going to be like, right. But calm down, take a beat, and then just be like, what can I do? Yeah, and this male and female have ego issues a lot that we have to keep under control. Yes. Okay, number 5. Create some spontaneity in your relationship. If your relationship has lost its spark or its connection, choose at least one day out of the month that you guys do something for one another.
that is spontaneous. Not something that you will do for you, not something that you like, but something that the other person will like. Okay? Go through each other's schedules. Say to them, listen, on this day you're available. I don't want you to plan anything on that day. I got something special planned for you. Okay? Not only will that start to help reconnect you guys' relationship, but that will also bring some excitement back into that thing.
All right, guys, we're going to leave it right there. I think that's a good place to end it. If you like what you heard, disliked anything, whatever it was, it moved you, whatever it was, drop it in the comments box below. We want to hear from you.
Yes, indeed. And if you could, visit us at our website. Support us at our website, www.urbanwellbred.com.
Yes, guys, and don't forget to like.
And share. And whatever you do, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification. Until next time.